If you can't tell from the beautiful weather, we are here in Texas, and oh my God.
Hurricane Beryl.
Hurricane Beryl.
Hurricane Beryl.
Slamming into Texas.
1 death already.
80 miles per hour, bringing torrential rain and damaging winds.
Half of the store's tower is still shut out. All of the refrigerator section is closed. This looks like an apocalypse. Is your frozen section open? Everything in refrigerated? Ah, amazing. Okay, thank you. I'm done traveling for the rest of the year. We are trapped in a grocery store right now because another storm just hit Houston. As soon as we landed, if you guys can't see outside, it's an absolute madhouse. Thunder, lightning. They had to close this and lock it down because the wind was blowing everything open. And now people are either locked outside, as you guys can potentially see. I just wanted chicken and rice, man.
No, I don't think so much. I mean...
Oh my God. Bro, this is wild.
Yeah, I don't like it.
This is insane. For those of you guys who have been following now for a while, you guys know this year has not been an easy year when it comes to travel. Today was riddled with delays, and then directly when we landed, hit with a massive storm. And then, of course, trying to find a grocery store that can keep us on track for this Olympia prep. Now, the reason I'm here in Texas in the first place is for a client show, the Summer Shredding Classic. And for those of you who haven't been watching the news, Texas has been absolutely demolished by a hurricane, and it's safe to say my clients have had to do so much over the last couple of days just to stay on track for the final days of their prep. They've had hotels cancel on them last minute, Airbnbs, they've had power outages, the ramsack of grocery stores, so their inability to keep and make their normal foods that they had the entire prep. And it's definitely been a little challenging, to say the least, as a coach to navigate these certain circumstances, because everyone's circumstances is different and their emotions are high, to say the least. And we're trying to keep cortisol levels low, but nonetheless, if they, an amateur who are stepping on stage for the first time, if they can handle these situations, I don't want to hear anybody out there who is stepping on stage and just going through the day-to-days of stressors in life. I'm telling you right now, if they can manage this, you guys can manage whatever stresses you guys have going on in your life. Just get it done, man. Find a way, get it done.
I'm letting you in. It's stressing me out, yeah. It's stressing me out. So no, I don't know where else to go. You know, I'm trying to find you. So no, I know how it feels to go alone. I'm trying to find
Jeez. You ready?
I'm feeling pretty good, yeah. Let's get 10 of this.
You know it's the best you've ever looked, right?
They're like, yeah, for sure.
Like, and it's now this is happening day over day over day. It's just getting compounded. That's the best thing about peaking. It's like you wake up and see a new version of yourself.
Yeah, even he was noticing. He's like, even between like, you know, the added carbs today, he's like, oh, I see, like drying out.
And that's the whole. You deplete hard, right? You start pulling water as you increase carbs. It's like your body just starts like to tighten itself out, just like washing up.
Can't you do it? I'm trying. So I don't know where else to go. You know, I'm trying to find.
Guys, this arena, this stage is absolutely beautiful. You guys have seen the hecticness of what has been the last 24 hours. The travel, the weather, it's just absolutely been insane. This venue was put together in the last 12 hours. They had to completely change venues because of the power outages and just because of the roads, the inability to actually get to the previous venue. So it's really cool to see how many people came together to do this. And I'm telling you, this venue was 10 times better than what the other venue was gonna be. And it's just insane. You know, a lot of you guys who have been following the channel for a while, you guys have been paying very close attention to my show day videos, my preparation in getting to the stage, and not as much me behind the scenes as a coach and doing what I do in order to get my clients to these stages. And for those of you who don't know, this is where I started. You know, this was the start of me, my career, summer shredding. And I know summer shredding isn't NPC, right? It's not the sexiest of, you know, shows, but it was my starting point to launch me to where I was getting to. And now I have the opportunity for clients to do the same exact thing. This show is a show of opportunity. You can't just be a bodybuilder if you want to be a full-time bodybuilder. You guys hear me say it all the time. So this show opens up opportunities outside of bodybuilding while also finding your passion within bodybuilding. And that's why this show is so special. You know, there's grand prizes, there's opportunities for sponsorships, there's money, and just a lot of notoriety attached to the show and this opportunity in itself. You know, and like I said, this allowed me to springboard to this, being confident, talking to you guys right now with the camera. That wouldn't happen if it weren't for summer shredding shows. And our success at these shows have been nuts, man. In the last 5 years, we had a total of 15 overall victories. 15. That's 15 sponsorships. That's 15 people winning grand prize in terms of money, and 15 different opportunities for people's doors to open up and create, you know, outside revenue and notoriety and just, you know, opportunity. This show is special to me. I love the fact that I can come back here every single year and show you guys a little bit more behind the scenes. It's not NPC, it's not IFBB, but it's definitely something special, and they're definitely on the rise. So, all right, now it's time to get back. We have the final client lookovers. It's almost that time, baby. Let's go.
Well, I'm not the one that you wanna be facing, and I'm not the one that you want in your way.
Just so you guys know, they don't judge you guys on your posing routine, so don't freak out about it. It's like you won't be judged on the scorecard for your posing routine. They judge you when you're in comparisons. So make sure you guys understand, like, hey, that's why it's important. You're practicing holding your shots, hitting your shots for an extended period of time, right? Because if not, if you don't know how to keep an engagement for an extended period of time, that's when you're going to go back from second or first to second, you know, and so on and so forth. They judge you on when you are lined up with the girls. So that's what you have to maximize, right? So keep that in mind. I find personally for me, like, if you ever watch me on the side, like, I try to make sure that I'm holding it, I'm braced. I also watch the judges to see if they're looking at us too, right? But I have to make sure that you're engaged because you're always being judged. When you're on the stage, you're always being judged. They'll look at you like, let's see her at this lineup, right? Like, so you always have to be prepared for that. But you also don't want to hold it so hard that if they do call you out, you're already gassed, right? So find your sweet spots, right? So, like, a lot of times you'll see people actually stand behind other people on the line so they can let everything loose for a second and breathe, right? If you have that opportunity, do it. You know, find that sweet spot.
So if I'm standing in my heels, I'm not really doing like a full like in my heel walk. I'm more on my toes. So
Nice.
I'm not really using much of the actual heel. I'm just mainly on the balls of my foot and doing that really slow and then setting. When they tell you to turn, if they tell you to walk it back, that's gonna be really fast because that's your model walk and that's supposed to be like dramatic. So that walk back can be quicker and with your personality and your attitude, but that way is balls of your toes. So if you can practice that a little bit.
I would say you can let it go a little bit when you turn to the back. Let the gut hang for a second. Before I hit my backside, I'm like, if someone call me with a picture, I'm screwed. You have a second show coming up within 2 weeks after, or in general, I want you to bring your scale with you. All right? Hopefully it's not too much of a hassle.
No. I've been bringing it everywhere.
I know, right? Yeah, I've been lugging this thing around for weeks. I will. Thank you so much.
And just like that, we are back at another show day with more coffee, double fisting this time because it's going to be a long day. So because of the hurricane, the show got moved to one day. It used to be Friday for the females, Saturday for the males, but now they combined it, which means we're combining our caffeine intake We're about to get ready to have a day.
Working with Alex has been incredible. I have told everybody that I feel like he can make anyone who is like actually dedicated to a goal a bodybuilder.
It's been awesome. He's so detail oriented, so for me that was huge. I didn't feel like I was ever left like guessing what the next step was, and that was settling for me when you're like in the depths of a prep.
I loved it. There was not one day that I was not motivated or felt like not following my plan that he gave me. I loved every single moment of it.
So we've watched this show every year online, so it's very surreal to be here. It means a lot, like full circle.
It means so much to me. Don't make me cry before I get on stage. It means the world to me because I've been through a lot in my life. Nope. I've been through a lot. And I feel like if prepping and getting on the stage is like a new chapter of like greater and just happier things.
You know, it's funny. You know, Johnny asked me how I was feeling, and he wanted us to record this clip. And usually we don't tell you guys behind the scenes of thought processes that go into what you guys just end up seeing on a video. But this clip took a little longer to actually think about because there's a lot going through my mind right now. And maybe it's a sleep deprivation from consistent weekends of being up at 4 in the morning for clients. But you know, this one is special. You know, almost every single one of my clients here are first-time competitors. And when it comes to being coached by me, I have high expectations and high standards for all my clients. I don't care if you're a veteran, I don't care if you're a pro, and I don't care if you're somebody who is stepping on stage for the very first time. I treat everybody the same. And because of that, I truly believe we get the best out of our clients. And not only do they look phenomenal, but seeing their mental growth throughout the entire process, before they even step on stage, to me they won. You know, but there is that feeling of getting hardware, all right? And feeling like you got what you worked for on that stage. And that's what I'm nervous about, because I know they look phenomenal. I know this is the best they've ever looked. I know we nailed their look in total, but I want them to feel the feeling of happiness and excitement, and that it was all worth it, right? The highs, the lows, the suffering, the happy moments. And a lot of times that's justified based off of a trophy, especially for first-time competitors. But as you guys are well aware, you'll lose in this sport more than you'll ever win. And I just want them to make sure that they feel justified and, you know, proud of themselves, because I'm proud of them. You know, I can't put it into words how proud I am. And I just truly want to see them, you know, get the feeling that I have for them right now. And I know it's coming. You know, this is just the beginning for all of them. But for me, if I had to wrap it up and sum it up in a few words: nervous, excited, honored, proud, and as simple as it can be, it's just happy. I get to wake up and do what I love every single day, and I get to do it with people who I love. And when you live a life like that, I mean, there's not much more you can complain about. it was very clear that that wasn't going to happen. I wasn't. There was no chance that was going to stay. I knew that.
I was like, it's fine. They're just comparing everyone. We're gonna own it.
I knew it made no sense. I wouldn't be surprised if they rejudged that class. They held you guys for so long, for a very long time. All right, then I'm gonna sit down, look at everything, and then text you your guys' plan, okay? And that's a wrap for prejudging. Now we finally get a second to breathe, let everything digest, get the ladies and the males back all of their plans. And it's funny, people always ask, like, how do you multitask all the responsibilities that are on your plate, right? I have the board short company, I have the content and Men's Physique Radio, and then of course, the coach, right? Though this is a prime example of that. I'm sitting here right now, getting the females' plans back. They just stepped off stage, and then I'm currently screen recording 2 different shows that are on this weekend to make sure that I have the content to discuss it in a future Men's Physique video. So it's safe to say that there is a lot of multitasking when it comes to me being able to juggle all the responsibilities that I have to. It requires me to charge my phone often. It requires let's just say, a well-fed videographer and a highly caffeinated videographer. But nonetheless, we get it done. So right now, Atlanta Pro, Republic of Texas. I already got my predictions out there. Finger crossed that they stay true. But coach, content creator, it's really cool seeing everybody wear Manifest. Like, it's nuts. So all 3 of my worlds are combining in one today.
How are you feeling, Emily?
I'm tired.
Look at you. You look like a summer shredding previous overall winner. How does it feel? Like, you're back at a place that helped you launch your career, and now you're stepping on bigger NPC stages, getting ready to go for a pro card. How's it digesting?
It feels good. I like being back here. I feel like I know how much this whole experience meant to me, and to see other girls and just other individuals go through the same thing and have those emotions come through and know they're about to walk in those same steps and change their life. It's really cool to be a part of it.
It's weird, man, because a lot of people are so NPC minded, as I call it, where it's like, I want my pro card, and I get it. Like, that's the route that I, prioritized, but I think there's so much more to it. They don't. I say it often, man. It's so much more than just stepping on stage, right? It's building you as a person, a brand, and this is an opportunity that if you don't seize, who knows, man? You're gonna get a pro card, and then you're gonna realize that pro card doesn't open up as many doors as you thought, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you hear it a lot. Like, people will go, they get their pro card, and then they wish that they had enjoyed the journey more of like that climb and that grind to get it. Because then once you get your pro card, at least from what I'm told, you're back at the bottom, you're trying to climb the ladder again, which, like, everyone loves that grind. But it is nice to be in an environment where you just get to be in that hustle and, like, learn more about the sport, just develop your stage IQ, and then be around people who love the sport and have, love for each other and encouragement for each other. It's really nice to be a part of, but I'm very tired.
In front of everybody, you guys truly all have potential, like a lot of potential. Like not summer shredding potential. Like, I'm talking to continue to go on and battle it out and one day earn a pro card. Like, that should be a goal in your mind. Like, because it's not far off. You guys can actually do that, right? There's not many people who you can sit there and say, there's not many girls who you're standing on stage with who they can say the same thing, right? And that's just the reality of whether there's genetics, work ethic, you guys have it all. I coached you, I've seen it. I've turned people to that, I got people to that position. You guys all follow suit. I don't think anybody's as detailed as you. Like, you do everything to the nth degree. Like, I've seen it from the day one. Courtney, same thing. Yeah, Courtney, you battled through so much shit and adversity, and a lot of times it's the mental stuff that gets you to where, but like, you've overcome that, and there's people who get to that point and they fold. They can't maximize their look because this won't let them, right? So you overcame that. And because of that, you have brought an insane package for your first show. Nobody would guess that you were a first-time competitor to this stage, right? So I want you to soak that in. That's not easy. And I think you had an issue with doubting yourself until you started to realize who the fuck you really were. And that was simply because you realize the work that was putting in, you start to see that translate into your reality. Dude, like your physique changed drastically. And the one thing I love about you was you were never satisfied. You know what I mean? Like you always wanted to be better. You wanted to be leaner, right? And like that's, anybody who says I'm happy with the way I look right now, I'd be more nervous about that than I would be anything else. You know what I mean? Not to mention, I told you, I love the fact that you're a super mom. You got fucking career goals. You got all this shit going on and you're still bringing this look to a stage with life going on. Dude, it's not easy. You're the youngest one here. Like, yeah, like you're an infant, right? And like, let that sink in. You're 18, right? And for your first show, like, you're battling it out for first place, have a chance to go to an overall. Like, that's not easy for any level. I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, again, you gotta let that soak in because you worked hard too. Let it sink in. It's not easy. Like, bodybuilding is not easy, bro, especially up here. But if you can control this, maximize this, and I'm also one of those coaches where I truly believe in flexibility and fun, but also doing what you got to do to get to where you want to get to. I'm not a robot. I have a life. I have a wife. Because of those situations, I want to live. I want to experience things, right? So there's a balancing act. If you want to be a bodybuilder, you can't be a robot.
You were shining like the summer sun, distracting me from everyone and the things I
Second place goes to number 176, Trisha Miet.
highway, oh, I could stay on with you. On the highway, oh, I could stay on with you. We're perfectly alone, darling, it's just you and I. Perfectly alone.
Third place is going to number 43, Courtney Camaras. Second place is going to number 41, Ashley Preckle. Its first place for the women's bikini class C is number 178, Michaela Clifford.
And just like that, that is a wrap on another summer shredding. It is crazy to think about how many times we have said that. So many summer shredding, so many amazing memories, and we get a chance to do it again and again and again, reliving these moments and watching my clients have an opportunity to seize these moments. A lot of first places, too many second places to happily admit, but nonetheless, we keep getting better, and I think I keep needing to get tanner, but I've missed these stage lights. Soon, it's gonna be me back on it. Actually, a matter of fact, my prep just started, but I get one more free meal. One. So let's take you to that. And for the final meal, cheat meal of prep, of course, you guys know we had to go with the traditional pancakes. Omelet, I'm a sweet and savory kind of guy. Even though the syrup isn't Aunt Jemima, it was definitely not in the fridge. But final meal going down. We have Emily, Chase. Say what's up.
Hey.
All right. Man, I'm gonna miss this food. Last prep, I had no cheat meals the entire prep. So this one I'm gonna make up for the rest of the prep. But nonetheless, guys, like I said, one hell of a show. Another summer shredding in the books. So now it's time to focus on bringing our best package to the Olympia and shocking the world. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Never change, never stop.